Good morning, YouTubers. Today's video is going to be about prepping. Prepping in the RV for something to happen, which I hope never does, but there's a chance, I guess. And I've talked to people that are preppers, and at least I think they think they're prepping, but I don't agree with them. I don't think they're prepping at all. I see them, how do I want to say it? They're doing things that I wouldn't do. That doesn't make them wrong, doesn't make me right, but quite a few of them, they collect gold. Well, if something happens, I'm going to have all this gold, and I'll be able to get anything I want. I don't agree with that. I think gold's going to be friggin' useless too, unless you're going to melt it down and make bullets or something out of it, and they're pretty expensive bullets. But I wish I had a bag of gold, but I wouldn't save it. I would spend it. I might buy something like a fishing pole, which could come in really handy if something did happen. At least I'd go fishing. I could enjoy myself. I'd have some fish to eat. I mean, that's my idea of prepping, is to spend that gold. I might buy a spare water pump for the RV, because I'm probably not going to be able to find one if something does happen. I'd buy a couple extra jars of coffee just to have them in the, because I like my coffee. No, I see a lot of people though that collect gold. They figure if something happens, the gold's going to be worth something to trade off. Well, it might be. If you can find a person that has been super prepared and has everything and just wants to collect the gold in case, so when things come back to normal, you know, they've got all this gold. But I don't think the gold is worth what it. I would rather have a good fishing pole, a good rifle, or something like that I could use during the interim till things do come back. Because you don't know how long it's going to be. It could be a month, could be 6 months, could be 6 years. We just don't know. We don't know that anything's going to happen. We don't know when it does, how long it's going to be. But it could happen. I don't know, I might even buy a zombie killer. Not that I plan on seeing any zombies, but that's better than hanging on to gold that I can't use for anything. I don't know. It just strikes me as odd that people would collect precious metals. They're not precious unless there's a use for them. And to me, gold would be friggin' useless. Silver would be useless unless you're fixing somebody's teeth. I guess you use the gold for that too. But like I say, you might better take that money you're spending on gold and put into something that you can really use. Now with us, it's all a matter of the RV. I guess you could call it our bug out vehicle, although we live in it. I would rather invest in things that I can use than that. And I'm not talking about a cappuccino maker or anything else. I know somebody the other day I was talking to, well, I bought a 12-volt cappuccino maker. Well, to me, that's friggin' frivolous and useless. Like I said, a good fishing pole, a good rifle, maybe some extra ammunition, definitely some extra food. I always keep a gallon of transmission fluid, I keep a gallon of oil in the other side of the RV. It's stuff like that that you're going to need. I carry 2 extra LP tanks with me, 30 pounders, and basically we use them all the time instead of using the big tank, so I don't have to fill a big tank. But that's the stuff we need to prep with. We need to think smart. That gold isn't going to do you any good if you're out of LP or you need oil for your vehicle, because the vehicles do use oil. I mean, you know, this one here doesn't seem to use a lot. We put, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 miles on it. When I got it, it was a little low, and I think I've added half a quart so far. So, like I say, you're better off in investing in stuff that you can actually use. Oil sitting on the side there is not going to go bad. The transmission fluid is not going to go bad. Like I say, one thing that I did the other day, I don't know if it's a prepper thing or not, it kind of is, I guess. I went down and bought some clothesline, and we strung it up here just so she had some clothes that were damp, just so we could get them dry. Because if something does happen, you're not going to go to a laundromat. There probably isn't going to be any water. But there's not going to be any water. I mean, you know, your money's going to be friggin' useless. At first, people will accept it because they realize what's going on, but they think money's going to be the answer. Money's worthless in a situation like that. But especially if it's something that lasts for 6 months. 2 months down the road, money's going to be friggin' useless. Which it pretty much is now. Okay, I know that if something happens, somebody needs something, I've got extra, I'm not going to accept money from anybody. I want something I can use. I don't care if it's a couple fish out of the local stream. At least those I can eat. I'll trade them before I'll trade for money. And you got to have some sort of skills and stuff. You're going to need them to get by. I'd like to buy a crossbow to throw in here just to have it, because I would enjoy shooting it. So it serves two purposes. It's good for a prepper sense, and it's good for me for just something to do. So I can enjoy it both ways. Try to get stuff that you're gonna need, but also you can use in the meantime. I guess that's what I'm saying. I need to get an axe and a couple other things to throw in here, but there are things that I'll use now. When I'm camping, you know, and I want to have a little campfire and there's a piece of wood laying over there, I can drag it over, but it's 6 foot long. At least I'll be able to cut it up. Maybe a bow saw would be nice to have too. I'm not saying load your RV right up with a ton of stuff, because a lot of this stuff is lightweight, and it's just something that you need anyhow, and yet at the same time it will work if something happens. So those are just a few of the things I get, and there's a ton of other things too. I mean, I'm doing this off the top of my head, I can't think of them all, but everything's going to be really hard to get once that happens. It won't be hard at first. At first, you probably won't have any trouble. There'll be a few. It may be inconvenient at first, but it's not going to be a lot of trouble. But you take a week, maybe even 2 weeks. That's when things are going to happen. Because after 2 weeks, the grocery stores are going to be friggin' empty. First week, maybe not so bad. Although I don't know, it seems like every time we have a big snowstorm or something here, you get down to the store to get a loaf of bread. People know that storm are coming. They buy everything up. And that's what's going to happen. So within a week, your stores are going to be empty. So you got to think about what you can do to remedy that situation for yourself, so you're not going without, and you have what you need to get by with. Like I said, I got over 100 pounds of LP gas. The thing that I'm going to have trouble with maybe is gas for the motor. And we're talking probably I can go roughly 1,000 miles on this thing, so that might, I mean, you're not going to be traveling all over if something does happen. You're going to find a spot and try to make it as secure as possible, and that's when all your other stuff, your axe and all that stuff come into play. Like I said, if it was me, I'd find an old logging road or something. A place where I could hide, kinda. Just be out of sight. Just to get by until the worst is over. And I don't believe it's gonna take all that long. Like I said, you're better off investing in solar panels are a good investment. At least then you have some electricity. Another thing you might want to invest in would be a 12-volt water pump that you can throw down in a creek to pump water up to your RV. If you've got the solar panels, they'll keep the batteries charged. Then if you've got a 12-volt pump, you can, buy a decent pump, not an El Cheapo, because if you buy an El Cheapo, it's probably going to break within a week or two if you have to use it a lot. So buy something decent. They don't take up a lot of room. They're not real heavy. And you have a way to put water in your RV. But if you hang on all that gold and don't buy this stuff, you can try trading a bag of gold for something, but if you're broke down somewhere, that bag of gold ain't gonna do you any good. And say you have a flat tire. Well, these things don't run too good on one flat tire. A lot of weight on them. And what it'll do is kill the second tire. One thing I would invest in would be a tire kit, tire plug kit of some sort. I know they're only supposed to be a temporary patch. If you got no place to get a tire fixed, it can work out pretty good. And a small air compressor. Now some of the diesel units we've looked at have the air compressor built right in because it pumps up the airbags and stuff on the unit, but they also have a place where you can draw air off. That's another thing that you might consider. So I think all these little things to keep yourself going are worth a lot more than that bag of gold. I mean, the way it looks right now, I guess the stock market's way down. I haven't looked. I'm just going by what a few other people have told me. And they say it's really dropping and something could happen. Then there's the other ones that say that, well, things are going to happen here shortly. We don't know. But that, like I say, this video was just kind of a prepper video to give you an idea of what you could do instead of hanging on that bag of gold. If I can keep my RV running, keep the systems working on it, like I said, buy the stuff you need that you can use for enjoyment now. Plus, it's a prepper thing. And it doesn't hurt to have that stuff on hand all the time anyhow, because you will use it. So, something to think about. Do you want that bag of gold, or do you want to be self-sufficient on your own? And me, I'd rather be self-sufficient, so I don't have to worry about anything. I don't need that gold for anything. I don't need to buy anything. I've got what I need. And if I take care of it, make sure that I have everything I need, I won't have to worry. The guy with a bag of gold standing there and nothing, well, he's got a bag of gold and that's all he's got. So, I guess that's probably about it for this video. I just want to tell you how we're going about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We'll have everything we need. Not that there aren't a few other things that I forgot to mention. I don't know. I'm just doing this, like I said, I'm just doing this off the top of my head. So for today, this is Handsome Jack saying goodbye of Have Gas Will Travel.